November the 25th, first day of West Virginia rifle season. We're up here on the Rucker Gap, and of course, as you can tell, I'm in a blind. Jared and I both have blinds. We're trying them out this year. One is to keep the wind off of us and the rain, so forth. I'm set up on the ridge. He's behind me in a draw, and so Alan's up here with us too. He's hunting where we found a real fresh rub yesterday, and some deer tracks, a little bit of snow, especially in the shadows. So it's 25 after 7. It took me a little bit to get set up in here. We put the blinds up yesterday, and we're just going to sit back and see what's going on. We passed 2 other hunters coming up, and they're hunting over on that ridge over that way. So I'm just going to sit back and see what happens. Hopefully these blinds will help us keep us concealed, and we'll see some activity. Turn the camera around so you can see. So hopefully we'll be able to get something on camera. It's kind of hard when it's only one person videoing himself, but we're going to give it a try. It's about 9:30. Seen some squirrels. Haven't seen any deer yet. Heard a few shots. Sounded like it was over on Little Allegheny Mountain. Might have been a few shots back up the new fire trail. Squirrels will be on the ground. Sound like a deer walking in, but it was just the squirrels. The sun's trying to pop out. It's kind of cloudy, kind of overcast. I see some blue skies, but they're saying there's a chance of freezing rain this evening. That'll make this blind very useful if it starts freezing rain. This morning when we got in the truck about 6 o'clock, it was 12 degrees outside. I think it's supposed to get into the mid-30s today, and it's the same for tomorrow, about mid-30s. I think the low tonight's only supposed to be about 24. I've already put on my other outfit over top what I wore up. The blind keeps the wind off of you, except for where the windows are open. If the wind is blowing, I guess you'd say, into my face, with the windows open, the blind don't keep that wind out, but if it's blowing from the side or behind you, it keeps it out. But this is only the first day. We're up in the Monongahela National Forest, a little area called Rucker Gap. Just about 8-10 miles from Sherwood Lake. Like I said, we've seen 2 hunters coming up this morning. Haven't heard no shots from where they went. So we'll just see what goes on. Nothing better than a turkey breast sandwich. It's about 11:30. Jared hollered at me a little bit ago. He hasn't seen anything, and I haven't seen anything either. Heard a few more gunshots. Still back over this way, towards Little Allegheny. Now the thing is, as I've said before, we're hunting the Monongahela National Forest, and that's what this is. This is a forest. There are no farm fields, no corn fields, no soybean fields, no nothing. This is a forest. So these deer are used to browsing on buds, on acorns. That's their primary food source. There is no cornfields for them to go to, or soybean fields, anything like that. Pasture fields. We're in the woods. This is real hunting here. And sometimes you sit a day, don't see nothing. You might come in here the next day and just be overrun seeing deer. You're in their natural habitat here. You just have to wait them out. Unless you're the kind that likes to walk, look down the hollows, and stand for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then move on. But we've chosen to hunt out of blinds. That's what we're doing. And we'll just have to see what happens. When you're up here on this area, the hollers are steep. You got all these little finger ridges to hunt on. And you just find your spot and sit down. I'm going to finish eating my sandwich and then see what might show up. Well, it's been about 8.5 hours. I've got squirrels everywhere. I bet I've counted 6 or 7 different ones. There's plenty of mass up here on top. I noticed when we set this blind up yesterday, I seen acorns as soon as we started raking the leaves out. But Jared radioed me about 11:30. Asked me if I'd seen anything. I told him I hadn't seen nothing but squirrels. And he hadn't seen anything. The ground's dry enough. If they were chasing, you'd hear them. If he was anywhere close, you'd hear them. Just ain't nothing going on. Squirrels feeding. And that's it. Starting to cloud up. Right now it's 4 o'clock. Probably stay in here another hour and start down off this mountain. It's a pretty good walk from here to the truck. And we'll try it again tomorrow. We plan to stay the whole week. There's 5 of us here. myself, Jared, Alvin, Dink, and my sister-in-law's husband, of course my brother-in-law, I guess, Jim is here, so there's 5 of us. And we're all scattered out. So by Wednesday, nobody's seeing anything. We'll probably pack up and go back home and hunt over on the lease. We've had a lot of people ask, why do you always go to Greenbrier County? Why do you always go? You belong to a lease right there at home, 8,000 acres. You see deer, you got cameras out, feeders out. But deer camp is a family tradition. I started coming up here in '81. There was 2 or 3 years that I didn't come because I wasn't seeing anything. But I got my boys into coming, and I want to keep the tradition alive, especially since my father-in-law passed away in January. This was his place to hunt, his camp, and we just want to keep the tradition alive, so we come here every year. And we will continue to come here every year. We may have to find another place to hunt, because it just doesn't look good up here on this mountain. But, deer camp special. Yes, we have electricity, but there's no cell phone service up here. We have no TV. You pick up 1 or 2 radio stations, and that's it. And it's vacation. It's the guys getting together and doing what they like to do, hunt and fellowship. So that's why we continue to come to deer camp. So, I'm going to hush up for now. I'm going to keep my eyes open. See if anything comes in, or if anything happens at all. And if not, I'll be back up here in the morning.